As creators and enthusiasts in this niche, we sure do have a lot of problems with our own hobby. If you didn't see the first part of this video, check it out right here. If you have seen the first part of this video, get ready for part two with a whole new group of creators talking about their pet peeves about credit cards. With that out of the way, take it away, Mr. JP Buffett. I said, take it away, Mr. JP Buffett.
Man, I really haven't made a video in like 3 months. I gotta get on that. Huh? Oh, what? Give me one second. What is good, fam? JP Buffett here. Now, I've been a little bit busy, but Richard, the CEO, asked for my pet peeves in the points and miles space. So I figured I'd take a little bit of time out and kind of vent. I heard it's good for the soul. Anyways, my first pet peeve, honestly, is the lack of the ability to share points across individuals and ecosystem. Now, don't get me wrong. I know programs like Chase or even Hilton allow you to pull points together, but I really feel like every program should allow you to do that, at least within the household. It really annoys me the fact that me and my player two can't pull our American Express points together. It's very annoying. I really feel like every program should have this ability. Though, yeah, that's my first pet peeve in this space. My second is more on the community itself, and that is the talk of the coupon book, mainly talking about American Express. Listen, I get it. You don't want to jump through hoops. But can we please get rid of the idea that American Express is a coupon book? At least if we're going to say that Amex offers or Chase offers, any other offers or Rakuten is good, because when you think about it, again, they're all coupons. They're all coupons. So the whole idea of American Express being a coupon book, I'm honestly done with hearing that at all. My last pet peeve, honestly, is that the American Express Platinum is not a travel card. Okay, I'm mainly joking. I'm mainly joking. But yeah, those are my pet peeves. Richie, thank you for having me on here and be on the lookout for more videos. I got some ideas coming soon. And until next time, guys, peace.
Hey, Richie. Thank you so much for having me on your channel. My name's Key, and I run the channel called Kiki Adventures. Now, my pet peeve is with American Express. American Express has an amazing transferable currency program called membership rewards. Membership rewards are very powerful as they can be transferred out to airlines and hotel programs. Now, my pet peeve with Amex specifically is with cards such as the Blue Cash Preferred Card, the Blue Cash Everyday Card, and on the business side, the Blue Business Cash Card. These cards earn cash back, and unfortunately, the cash back you earn cannot be transferred into membership rewards points. Come on, this is crazy because with other banks such as Wells Fargo, Citibank, and Chase, you're able to take your cashback earning credit cards and move those points into the transferable currency, respectively. Come on, American Express, be better. Thank you so much for having me on, Richie. Again, I'm Key, and I run the channel called Kiki Adventures.
Erigi, thanks so much for letting me chime in with some pet peeves. And yeah, let's jump into one that has still been going on that I've noticed in the credit card community, not necessarily here on YouTube, but in the expanded universe, if you will. I'm still seeing folks who will apply for credit cards or talk about applying for credit cards just because they can. And oh yeah, it's a great welcome offer. Just because the welcome offer is great, just because the card may be shiny, doesn't mean that the card fits what you want to do. If you are going for travel, it doesn't make sense to get a cashback card, even though, some of that cashback can be used to pay for points for travel. But that's not always the case, right? And if you're somebody who is primarily cashback, going after points that can't be redeemed for the maximum amount of cash doesn't make sense. So, like, just try to. I still see folks who are angling to get cards that don't make sense for them. If you're cashback, look for cashback cards. Look for great and strong cashback opportunities. You don't have to go get a crazy strong card that doesn't fit your needs just because it's the new shiny that you need to have. All those, let's say, membership reward points don't necessarily mean anything if you can only cash them out at 0.8 cents per point for a statement credit. If you can only get them for a penny per point using the the American Express Business checking account, great, you're probably going to do well there. But if you don't have that on ramp and off ramp for the strategy, like develop the on ramp and off ramp. Um, I don't understand like watching people apply for cards that don't fit what their strategy is. And I especially am still seeing folks apply for cards that do not that they don't have a strategy for. It's just to get the card to say they have the card. Maybe strategies will come over time, but have the strategy first. Have the idea first. Have a plan, execute the plan. Not having a plan and just getting shiny doesn't help you. I don't know. Uh, but yeah, I don't want to get off and rant here. It's a really old reference. Anyway, thanks, Richie. Talk to you soon.
Hi, everybody. Dugraz here with Dogr Reports. Thanks to Richie, the CEO, for having me on to talk about pet peeves in this space we call the world of points and miles. I'll give you two pet peeves. The first one is from YouTube and the creator community at large, and the second one is about credit cards specifically. So, first of all, let's talk about going to the Maldives. I've never been there, and if you want to go there, I don't have a problem with it. But what does bug me is when everyone and their brother uses that as the example. For example, with a free night certificate, let's say you get a free night certificate from Hilton. You could use it at this beautiful hotel in the Maldives that normally costs $28,000 a night. Okay, are you gonna fly to the Maldives, have a layover somewhere in Southeast Asia, take a small private plane to reposition to the hotel, and then fly back to the United States to spend one night in the Maldives? Maybe that can be a part of a bigger strategy, and I don't mind someone if they do use it, but how about a more realistic example like London or Paris or Johannesburg or Tokyo instead of the free night certificate is always redeemed in the Maldives because I literally did a keyboard warrior search and found the place that has the most cents per point possible. Wahahaha. So that was number one. Number two, as it relates to cards themselves, is why do I have three different premium travel credit cards? I have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, I have the US Bank Altitude Reserve, and I have the Venture X from Capital One. It's because I feel like I can't get a perfect premium card. So if some issuer out there could make a perfect card, I would really appreciate it. For example, the US Bank Altitude Reserve has its amazing 3x on mobile wallet and it has real-time mobile rewards if you signed up before the deadline. And that's a terrific feature, but it doesn't have any transfer partners and other than the real-time rewards 4.5% cashback equivalent, there's no way to get outstanding value. The Venture X, of course, gets 2 points per dollar, which is fantastic. And it has reasonable travel protections and it has mediocre transfer partner. So I like the fact that it earns 2 points per dollar, no foreign transaction fee. It's kind of a, if you're going overseas or if you're going somewhere far away, just use this for everything kind of card. I like the Capital One lounges, but it doesn't have any way to travel a race for more than a penny per point. There's no lift up like there are on these two. And then you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, which has best in class travel protections, has really good transfer partners, and it has the portal at 1.5x. But in terms of what you earn on this card, it's terrible at earning. I mean, I'm not paying for a lot of other travel enough to be significant. I can get 3 points per dollar in dining with truckloads of other cards. So the only way to make this a card that is worthwhile is when you have all the other minion chase cards, a Freedom Unlimited, a Freedom Flex, something along those lines, your Chase Inc. Business Cash to transfer into it. So if some issuer out there could get the job done and figure out a way to take the best of both worlds on all three cards and combine them, I would probably be even willing to pay an annual fee of maybe $750 a year or something like that. So Citi, Wells Fargo, if you're listening and are thinking about rolling out that premium card, there's some advice for you. But the pet peeve is I want to go from 3 premium cards down to just 1, but I just can't bring myself to do it. Thanks, Richie.
All right, so one of my biggest pet peeves in the whole credit card game has got to be the fact that for a lot of the major credit card issuers out there who have their own travel portals, the pricing within those portals can sometimes be inconsistent with what's found elsewhere on the market directly from the airlines and the hotels. So for Chase and American Express and Citi and even Capital One sometimes, you'll find pricing that is a lot higher than what you can find elsewhere. So in theory, if you're trying to take advantage of features like the Sapphire Reserve's 50% points boost feature, where you're getting 1.5 cents per point when booking in the travel portal, if the price inside of that portal is a lot more expensive than what can be found elsewhere, you're actually getting consistently less than 1.5 cents per point. So they advertise these features and they make the travel portal sound good, and they can be good if the pricing is consistent, but it's not always consistent, and it's kind of hard to tell when it is going to be the same price. So that's one thing that I would fix, and it's one of my pet peeves. Capital One seems to be addressing it at least a little bit here because they have some price matching features and a little bit of price drop protection as well. But I would love to see that from the other credit card issuers because I've tried asking for price matching with Amex and they have never been able to match the pricing. So they have their own reasons for doing this, I'm sure, but that is definitely one of my biggest pet peeves.